Game number 3 in the Big 3 from downtown Oklahoma City. Ball Hogs versus Killer 3's. Donald is coming on big time for the Ball Hogs right now. Out a big man from New Orleans via South Florida. There's a handful that you have been
waiting
craving
for. The key to the game is who wins that matchup.
No question about it. Frank Nitti drops it off. There's Curry. I said question mark. How about Eddie Curry? Nifty footwork and finishes with a
But you know what? The thing about Curry, despite the injuries, he always had excellent footwork and always had a soft touch inside when he played the game. It's just one of those situations. You see a great move inside that McDonald.
Presence inside for the Killer 3's. Nitti, Steven Jackson. Curry, offensive rebound, up over McDonald. 4 early points for the Killer 3. Jackson comes out to try and defend him. Switch out Curry. Stevenson, Scalabrine facing up and drilling it. Brian Scalabrine.
I like the movement, though. I mean, it was multiple pick and rolls. It was multiple flare screens. In that time, Scal able to clear enough distance on the baseline and knock in that little 15-foot jump shot.
Nitti into Curry. All 6 early. Hog. Why not? Left alone, Scalabrine. 4 early points for the Ball Hogs, leading the way.
And Coach Berry looking extremely smart right now by inserting Scal into the starting lineup.
Oh, foul called. He was D'ing up Steven Jackson. Yeah. Curry had the first 6 for the Killer 3's. McDonald, Jackson knocks it away. McDonald gets it back. And then Will McDonald. Jackson. Steven Jackson in tight in the lane. Runner goes. First bucket for Steven Jackson.
I think he heard you. That's my cousin. I think he heard you when you talked about Scal shutting him down.
I had to get it in while it was pertinent. And now Stevenson triple. Stevenson 3. Ball Hogs. Curry wants it on McDonald. And now Curry backing in. Takes a couple of good pops. Curry finishes. That's 8 early. Stevenson on the wing. Off of a double screen. Stevenson. Good look. There's another rebound for Scalabrine. 3 in the game now. Stevenson. Oh, he's starting to get hot now.
A little skip bounce pass that came right into the shooting pocket of Stevenson.
4 straight for Deshawn Stevenson. Won an NBA title with the Mavs. Curry fighting his way in. That is 10.
To get back in the best of shape. And that's what I think also into why he wasn't kind of the player we all thought he would be. But I'm happy to see that he's back out here enjoying the game.
Steven Jackson got called for 18. And then Jackson off the bounce to find his rhythm. Back and forth. Both teams fighting in the early going. And Ty McDonald on Jackson, mismatch.
Well, finally, McDonald is like, now I finally got a mismatch inside. Yeah, I don't have to battle against Curry. I got a smaller Steven Jackson on me. Let me catch and just finish inside.
Nitti step back on Stevenson. Nitti can find his own shot any way you want it.
Tough guard. I mean, he's so tricky with the basketball. He's quick and fast, which is a really good combination when you're a point guard. There you go. Good, great recognition, too, because he thought
last week in the loss, first loss versus Trilogy. McDonald follows up the miss, so he missed it.
So on the part of the Killer 3's by not boxing out the shooter.
Jackson. And now Stevenson.
Easy 2.
Easy 2. Get you to 24. The Big 3 standings. Stevenson. Another miss from 3. Jackson. Down the baseline. Steven Jackson sends us to halftime. So Steven Jackson's had some frustrating moments. Oklahoma City, and you see that with Eddie Curry and the way he's responding. Even after not playing those last 3 weeks, whatever may have factored into that, you come back out on the floor and
from playing team sports, I don't care if it's 2 years, 3, whatever it is. The thing you miss, and you talk to a lot of players, you see a good move in McDonald inside. Not just being on TV and the fans, But now you get the camaraderie of the locker room, hanging out again at the hotel. You meet, you go out to eat. Those things that you can't replace. Another great inside move by McDonald. You can't replace that in everyday life. And that's why these guys...
Ball Hogs within striking distance, seeking their first win of the year.
Oh,
Scalabrine gets a block! Wow, and Jackson goes flying as Scalabrine gets it started with defense on Steven Jackson. Somehow the other team ends up getting the victory. So,
well, here's the thing, too. Coach Rick Barry can only do so much. He can employ certain strategies, put in plays, do whatever you want. But it ultimately comes down to the player, whether they execute on offense.
Scalabrine creates for Stevenson. Straightaway three. Offensive rebound, Scal. Stevenson tries it again, and this time drills it. Second chance for this.
Jeff Green.
Gets past Scal, drops it off. Powell with a dunk. Off the look from Green, the assist. Hey, Green crossing over on McDonald, trying to finish with a left. Tight D. Scal got a hand on it. On to Stevenson. McDonald off a good look from
Beautiful.
Stevenson.
Beautiful. That the quick.
Green off the screen from Powell. Poked away, gets it back. Nitty nearly walked again. In tight in the lane. Around Quintel Woods. Powell, Nitty, back cut. Nifty, Nitty.
It's interesting down the stretch of this game, even in the second half, as effective as Curry was in the first half. See Nitty getting inside. We haven't seen.
Nitty on Quintel Woods. Nitty trying to take him off the bounce. Quintel contests. Nitty hits another top two. He can float. Frank Nitty. So killer threes, 8 points early. And now a smaller, quicker lineup on the floor. It's all adding up to 8 points away from a win.
Well, what you got too is with Powell and Green, two forwards that can guard on the perimeter, can set screens, can make shots, but also can make plays. And talking about making plays, if you give Nitty TV to see the replay, if it was off, and Scalabrine went up and said, no, 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 it was off me.
Wow.
Maybe he should have said, go back to the screen.
And now Green and killer threes, 3 points away from ending it and going to 4-1. Back cut, Nitty, 2 more and 1, and a change.
Why Coach Oakley felt comfortable with the lineup he had, because even if Steven Jackson wasn't on the court, he had guys that could make plays.
Nitty with the game winner. The killer threes close on a 16-2 run led by Franklin Session. 4-1, tied atop the Big Three standings. The Ball Hogs fall to 0-5. Nitty 17 in the game to lead the way for the killer threes. Curry big early, Frank Nitty huge late. Frank Session, Nitties with BT.
Yeah, somebody just chimed in. They said the Nitty.